Here in this video, I'm talking about a poem Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda from Ncert 12 standard textbook. Pablo Neruda, born in 1904 in the town of Parral in Chile. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. In this poem, Keeping Quiet, Neruda talks about the necessity of quiet introspection and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among the human beings. Stillness and silence, this will help the man in creating these feelings. Here Neruda talks about the necessity of creating a feeling of mutual understanding among the human beings. Here in the first stanza, now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let us not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. Now let us move towards the key words of the first stanza. 12 means 12 sign of hours on the clock. Still, it means motionless without any movement. Face of the earth means surface of the earth. Now let us see the explanation of this poem. Here the poet Pablo Neruda wants us to keep still till he counts up to 12. There are only 12 signs on the clock to measure the hours. Therefore, here the poet asks us to count till the clock measure these hours. Again in the second thought line we can see, for once on the face of the earth, let us not speak in any language. Again, let us not talk in any language on the surface of the earth. The people of the world are always indulging in the wars and the bloodsheds on minor excuses. If they keep quiet for a while, they may not indulge in any reasoning or any disputes or quarrels. So the poet insists us to keep quiet for a while and not speak in any language. This will ensure peace and prosperity among the human beings. Again in the fourth line he says, let us stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. He asks us to stop moving our arms for 1 second. Man has used his arms only to kill and destroy others. Therefore, let them not move their arms to harm the others. And at the same time, we have to cease or we have to stop all the activities for a second. Again, the second stanza. It would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fisherman in the cold sea would not harm the whales, and the man gathering the salt would look at his hard hands. Now let us move towards the keywords. Exotic moment means unusual moment. Rush means hurry. Strangeness means surprise. Whale, blue whale. Hot means enjoy. Here, Pablo Neruda implies that there would be an exotic moment in the earth without any rush, without any engines. Let there be no rush or hurry for a second. Engines and other machines must stop for a while. That moment will be the fascinating or the exotic moment for all of us. And we can enjoy the sudden strangeness of this moment together. There will be peace all around if there is no rush or there is no sound of the running engines and machine. And it will be very exciting and at the same time a very beautiful moment for us. And we can enjoy the unusualness and the sudden strangeness of that moment. Again in the next line, the poet warns, the fisherman would not harm the whales in the cold sea of the polar regions. The fisherman, as we know, here symbolizes man's indiscriminate exploitation of the nature for his own interests. We know that the whale, blue whale, are on the verge of the extinction. So here the poets warn, the fisherman in the cold sea would not harm the blue whale. And again he talks about the man who is gathering salt. With his own hand, he must take care of his hurt hand. The man gathering the salt has injured his hand. He must take care of his hand and should realize that his actions are self-destructive. Now let us move towards the third stanza. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, a victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. Let us move towards the keywords. Green war means the war against environment. War with gas means a poisonous gas. Total inactivity means doing nothing. And truck means associate with. So here the poet says that all kinds of wars must be stopped at once. The green war against the environment, war with poisonous gases, and war with firearms must be stopped now. In such wars, victory is meaningless as there are no survivors left after the war. Instead of fighting and begging for the war, people should come out in their best dress and they must go out for a walk with their brothers and they must move about under the shady trees and enjoy doing nothing. Here the poet says that the green war or the poisonous war or the war with the fire, that is meaningless. Why? Because the victory, whatever we have from the war, there are no survivors for us to celebrate it. There are no survivors left to celebrate it. So such a victory is meaningless. So better we should put on the clean clothes and walk with our brothers under the trees and we can enjoy this exotic moment. And also the poet says that What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. I don't want you to get confused with stillness and total inactivity. The quiet here means stillness, means motionless, without movement, not total inactivity. Total inactivity means doing nothing. Doing nothing at all would amount to death. The poet says that I want no truck with death. He has no association with death. So total inactivity always brings the death. And what the poet means here is only the stillness. So he asks us, don't be get confused with the stillness and the total inactivity. Throughout the poem, I'm talking about stillness and not the total inactivity. If we were not single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Let us move towards the hard words. The first one is single-minded. First one is struck. Struck means associate with. Single-minded means focus on one thing. Interrupt means disturb. Here, the point again reminds us that don't get confused with the stillness and total inactivity. He has no association with death. He has no truck with death. We think, people think that life is to move about. We should not be always on the move. For a while, we should also take rest. In long silence, it can do us a lot of good. It will bring a positive vibe around us. Man became sad when they fail to understand themselves. They feel helpless when they threaten themselves with the death. So, in long silence, it will bring our feelings and help us in removing our sadness. So, what the poet wants us to be have still or have to keep quiet for a while and enjoy the exotic moment of our life. Again, the last stanza of the poem. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and latter proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Let us move towards the keywords. Quiet means silent. The poet gives us an example to illustrate the idea that stillness does not mean total inactivity. The earth can teach us a good lesson, a moral lesson. When everything seems dead, the earth remains alive. The earth teaches us how the fresh life that springs from the remains of the dead. Life is always present under this evident stillness. Here the point means to achieve the positive approach and thinking by counting up to 12. So here the poem brings peace and harmony to this uneasy and this turbulent world. Only the earth, it remains alive when everything seems dead. And quiet asks at last for us to keep quiet till he counts 12. Then he will go. we can see the poem is quite appropriate and at the same time it is logical. It suggests the necessity of quiet introspection. The people of the world are always overactive and always on the move. Their activities have caused untold troubles and sufferings for them. Keeping quiet will do them a lot of good. It will save them from many harmful and at the same time violent activities. Moreover, it will help in reflecting over the fate of man and help in creating a feeling of mutual understanding among the human beings. Thank you.